Warning. The audio in this episode is terrible. However, the content is amazing. At least we think so. This is an opinion-based podcast for adult ears only. Nothing should be construed as fact because, let's face it, we are not professionals.
It's your favorite girls, Ange and Meg, with Oh My God, Have You Heard? Where we share our opinions and gossip about current events and untouched topics, even though nobody asked.
Where the beer flows year-round, the cheese tastes like gold, and the smell of the sizzling brats on the grill fill the hot summer air. Welcome to Wisconsin. That was a good haiku.
I was gonna say that wasn't a haiku. I don't think.
Meg, that was a good haiku.
It was beautiful imagery. That I will tell you. I really feel like I'm sitting in my parents' backyard or
grilling.
Something. Yeah.
Oh yes, that's what we do best in Wisconsin.
Yeah, we definitely had brats on Monday last week, and then burgers on the grill the other day. Oh so gosh, good. Potato salad.
Oh, you didn't call me.
Oh, well, I kind of want sweet corn now. We didn't even talk about the sweet corn.
Oh, well, we can, and we're recording, girlfriend.
Okay, so yeah, we
want to share everything Wisconsin Wisconsin. Sorry, I have a cold because everything in Wisconsin or I have allergies, not a cold.
Yeah.
So I apologize that my nose is sounding like horrible, but.
Yeah, because everything is in full bloom in this Wisconsin
awful.
May with
it's
this
awful.
rain that we've had this spring.
But we want to share a little bit about Wisconsin. What makes Wisconsin enjoyable? Why do people love it? We have the beer, the brats, the cheese, as we said. And
about 1,000 other things. That's why we have a whole podcast episode dedicated to it.
And I have an outline, so we're going to follow it.
But Angela was born and raised.
Yes, and we've been born and raised here. Not Meg, but she's been raised.
I have not been born, but I have been raised.
She's been raised here. She skipped the being born part.
Mm-hmm.
But, I guess everything that we can remember from back then,
they say Wisconsin people in the Midwest in general, just being happier, being able to experience all 4 seasons. Even people who live here all year round hate winter, but it is what it is. Don't come to Wisconsin if you don't like humid ass summers and freezing ass winters.
I like to beg to differ though, and the winters have changed so much from when we were a kid. They're so mild now. Like we get one every 5 years. Yeah, remember when we lived together and we got 16 inches of snow in one dump?
Thunder, lightning, snow.
Yeah, we're down. Yeah, the belt line was all backed up, and
it was shut down at one point.
Yeah, it was trailer or semis were jackknifing. It was jacking.
But I agree, and we can get 30 below. Remember that one year we got 60 below,
oh my God,
real
people were,
temp.
Closing down.
Yeah, my car wouldn't start. I had 4 flat tires.
Do you remember my boss?
The next day it was
my boss was I'll come and get you. And I was oh God. Anyways, I don't want to get into that. Yeah. But the beer, I feel like we have a staple of beer for Wisconsin. When people think Wisconsin, they think, oh, you love the Packers, you love cheese, you love beer. We definitely love our beer.
Well, yeah, and that has to do with, Miller being, the Miller Brewing Company being from Milwaukee, it being...
The Milwaukee Brewers?
Well, yeah, that too. Yeah, obviously, yeah. What did I say? It was 1855.
Something like that,
That it started, the beer that's shipped all over the United States from that.
Yeah.
And my favorite to boil brats in, High Life.
Oh, yeah.
The champagne of beers. You just can't go wrong.
Yeah, that's always a good a beer.
But I always love beer brats in High Life.
Well, you can't have brats without boiling them. is the biggest thing.
Beer.
Like in beer. Yeah.
You're not boiling them in water. If
No.
you boil them in water, you are
slapped.
not allowed in Wisconsin. Beer brats for a reason.
And then they even have brats with flecks of cheese in them.
Flecks. I was gonna go with like chunks
of cheese, flecks of cheese. I don't know. I'm really like in my new.
Oh, that's good.
Lots of adjectives.
Adjectives.
Yes. Again, my dyslexia is showing. That's okay. The older I get, the worse it gets. Anyways, so the cheese is great. I am so in love with my cheese. Well, wait. Like, beer.
Oh, yeah.
So not only do we have Miller, we're known for beer. We're known for, like, I think we're even, like, the number one. Not to be proud of this, but I don't have kids, so I don't really care. But, like, we are, like, the number one, like, party state of the United
drinking
States.
state.
And drinking. Yes,
also includes DUI. So, I mean, get an Uber, folks.
Yeah, get an Uber. I've never had a DUI, but that's because I've learned from all my friends' mistakes that
just get the Ubers.
Get the Ubers. But we have New Glarus Brewing Company, which is awesome. They have Totally Naked.
Spotted Cow.
Yeah,
I have family that lives all over the United States. And some of them, like my aunt and uncle, have lived in Florida for they were both born and raised here, had a family, moved to Florida when I was a kid. And my uncle drives all the way back to Florida whenever they come so he can get as many things of
Spotted Cow
as he can drive home.
You know how many people, though, I know from out of state that constantly do that? They're like, okay, when I come home, I need Spotted Cow, or I have clients.
And cheese curds.
Yeah, and cheese curds, yes. And but
chunk of cheese. Curds of cheese.
I have clients, the parents will be like, or they are the parents, and they're like, oh, I gotta go visit my son, and I have to bring cases and cases of that Spotted Cow, you know. But
well, yeah, and like the Johnsonville brats are the best brats to get. They also make sausage, and we're not talking like a kielbasa sausage. We're talking
that's a Polish
sausage.
Meat.
But I'm saying, like, if you're not from Wisconsin,
we're Wisconsin. Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, it's almost like a salami, but it's, you know,
the Johnsonville sausage.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, okay, so we have listeners in Brussels, FYI. Thank you, Brussels.
Yes.
You know, they might go like a sausage, and like you have in the morning, or that you have.
Like a patty, or again, I guess I don't know what's different from here to there or whatever. But
okay, but you just said Polish sausage. Gotcha. Also, not to be confused with a brat. They are not the same.
Correct.
They look the same. They are about the same.
Well, isn't those the ring bologna?
Well, there's ring bologna as well. And I love the circle that you just created in the air. You were gonna go for a dive.
That was
butterfly stroke. Or the breaststroke.
That was a big circle. You know, I talk with my hands. I'm Italian. Sicilian.
But, you know, like, no, this is like, it's like a large pepperoni. I just want to make sure that, because we have a lot of listeners, and not everybody who's listening is from Wisconsin.
Correct.
Or from the United States,
Correct.
which we love.
Yes, thank you.
But one time my grandpa and I were going to visit a family in Texas, and he was in a wheelchair, and I'm pushing him. We're going for one of the last birthdays that we went to that year, and he was. Grandpa. They were like, sir, do you have sausage in your bag? And like, this is like a log of sausage.
This is on the airplane, right?
Oh. No, this is going through security. Yes. And I go, no. And he goes, yes. And I go, what? And he goes, you can't get good Johnsonville sausage in Texas. So he's got this log. I feel like I'm not using the right word. It's not a log.
Brick.
It's
your hands look like bricks.
Well, it's a circular shape.
Oh,
a tube.
A tube
of meat. But it's hard. You can cut it.
Yeah.
And I was like,
summer sausage.
Yes, it's summer sausage. Yes. But again, does somebody in Brussels know what summer sausage is?
It doesn't matter. They'll have to figure it out. It's a tube of meat.
It's a tube. It's hard. You can cut it. But I was like, what? They opened up they opened up his carry-on, and they were like,
you can't bring this.
They were like totally fine with it. They just thought maybe they were explosives initially.
Sure.
So he's got two things of summer sausage and a bunch of cheese curds, and I was like,
hey,
if I'm going down there, I need stuff to snack on, so you're bringing your own, because Texas just doesn't have it.
No, they don't. And cheese curds are like another staple for us that like there's certain areas that just have the best.
Absolutely.
What do we say? The old fashioned
deep fried.
Yes, the deep fried. And then we have the squeaky cheese ones that are not deep fried.
Pasteurized but not cooked.
Yeah, and I with the non deep fried ones, eat the cold ones.
Yeah.
I put it in the microwave for like.
Yeah, I know that's so weird.
I like to just make them melty, and then like I just like to pull. I've lived alone for so long, or been single, let's say, because obviously we lived alone. But my dining etiquette has really gone downhill from. Yes, there was a couple episodes ago that I talked about my dining etiquette. I really think I'm kind of going downhill, guys.
Slob.
I am.
You pick up cheese curds without a fork. You use your fingers.
And sometimes I just throw them on the plate in the microwave and don't even use a real plate.
Well, I like mine. My parents will go get them Friday nights from a local like meat market. Set them out on the counter during the summer. Set them out. They get to room temperature and they just they're not stringy, they don't melt, but they just get so squeaky and delicious, and now my mouth is watering all over again.
Everybody calls them squeaky cheese.
Yeah.
That's where they get that.
And they're just delicious chunks of. So, food, there's a cajillion places because we have the supper club aspect of Wisconsin. So a supper club is...
That's down the way in my outline. Remember I have a nice outline here?
But we're talking food.
Okay, but we also have all these restaurants.
Well, but that's what we're gonna go. Are we gonna go from food to all of those? We're talking restaurants.
She's much better at going with the flow than I am. Wait. My type A is coming out. We have an outline, Meg. Follow the damn outline.
Well, I feel like we have restaurants in the wrong spot.
You're right. I just was going down the list. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so a supper club, a dark old restaurant. That you have a delicious salad bar, a relish plate, and buns, and soup. Or like rolls, and soup. Oh yeah,
and the soups are always different.
Well, yeah,
clam
I feel
chowder.
like that goes.
Well, with
clam chowder is a Friday.
We'll get into that. Yeah.
Well, no, it's just a Friday at the supper club because you go to supper clubs in Wisconsin on Fridays or Saturdays. Fridays you get fish.
Mm-hmm. Friday
and
fish fry.
And Saturdays is typically prime rib and old fashions. And you can't go to one.
Salad and soup.
Right, again.
Yep.
On Saturday. That's just the staple. It's just what the protein has changed is from fish to the prime rib. But a good old fashioned. Again, back to our beer. Brandy old fashions.
That's definitely a Wisconsin thing.
Yeah, because typically it's a whiskey old fashioned. Like if you go somewhere else, brandy is a Wisconsin staple.
Gotcha.
You get it with either. Some people like olives, which I think is weird.
But it's muddled.
Some people like it muddled.
I learned that. I think most people do, though.
No, I can go either way.
Can you? I don't drink it at all. I don't drink hard alcohol.
Yeah, because sometimes you just get the fruit that's not muddled with the sugar. It can go either way.
Remember when we...
Oh, yes.
When we went to dinner with your dad and he goes, I would like this muddled, please. And he gets in and he's like, I said I would like it muddled. And they're like, we're not muddling today. And
we don't have time. We don't have the staff.
What?
I could go either way, but yes, that's another staple here in Wisconsin when it comes to beverages.
Oh, remember also in beverages, yes. Back to the supper clubs though. With the fish fries, you can get like the traditional cod or perch, which is really, I like perch.
I know everybody does. I don't.
But then also
or
remember
bluegill, gross.
I wouldn't really eat bluegill as much.
Bluegill
I've had it. Eggs.
Oh yeah, or perch and eggs on Saturday mornings. Gross. Saturday or Sundays.
Brunch. Ew, gross. What about remember our frog legs that we had? That was
they looked like little butts.
Yes.
But I don't know why I was thinking about those today as well.
That's funny.
But I was like, remember I bit
Are they
into
out of the lake that's right by the green?
I'm sure.
I pictured they were that they went out and caught them with a net.
Either way, I bit into it because it looks like a shrimp, right? With two, but it's got that breading, you know, like of a shrimp.
Yes.
So I bit into it and was like, oh my God, there's a bone. Yeah. I remember Andy was like, well, yeah, frog legs have bones. And I was like, oh, I thought they deboned them. I don't know.
They did just look like little frog butts that are deep fried. And it was kind of cute. But then I was like, okay, I ate one. It was good, but I can't eat it anymore.
Yeah.
It's a mental thing.
Yeah.
But,
like, little frog butts dancing
Stop
around.
playing with your food.
I was just gonna ask her.
We have other restaurants that Wisconsin's known for. We have Rockies for their pizza, Rockies for lunch,
Rockies for lunch. If you know, you know.
And they're
it's like a
Italian.
It's like it's a pan style, meaning the pan is real, like you would make brownies in.
Yes, but it's not quite deep dish still. But
like it's not stuffed.
It's kind of like between the two, right?
Yeah, because it's not stuffed. It's just got like a thicker crust.
But the sausage is to freaking die for. And
it's like they just pulled it right off the tube of meat and just threw it on there.
You know those big sausages? Like, no offense against Pizza Hut,
those
because
who
I love
little sausages. We like you too most of the time.
We do, but like there's something about like the authentic like big sausage pizzas, like you know what I mean. I think everyone that's listening knows exactly what we're trying to say.
Yes.
You know.
It's a good Rockies can't go wrong.
Yeah. And then Culver's.
Oh my gosh.
Culver's, they're butter burgers.
What's a Culver's?
Culver's is like a slow fast food.
That's like the best way to
it's fast.
I didn't know what you were gonna say.
It's the slowest fast food you'll get, where they basically you order and it's cooked to order, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
made to order, yeah.
Or made to order, and
but you can drive through. It's not like you have to sit down.
And it doesn't take a cajillion 20 minutes.
I thought you were gonna say years, but a cajillion 20 minutes, maybe. It does but it's totally worth it because it's like a smash burger. It's like thin and.
But it's
caramelized and
it's so freaking good. And then whether you get like tomato, lettuce, and maybe mayo or ketchup or all of the fixins, so freaking good.
It's so good.
So good.
People like their cheese curds. I'm not the biggest fan. But I mean, people will go to Culver's just to get cheese curds.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
I give me the crinkle crud. Crinkle crud. The crinkle cut. The crinkle cut French fries, and I am happy. But
I love it all.
Yeah, it originated here in Wisconsin. It's now moved through multiple states. But I hear it's not quite as good as the original.
Oh, that's right. Yes. So I have that story where I had cut that guy's hair, and he was like in town he bought a Culver's, and it was going down to be like in Arizona.
Yeah, a girl we know who went to high school lived in Arizona when it opened and was like so excited and was like,
not the same. And that's
wah.
Right. And he was exactly. But I didn't know that until after the fact. But he was like, oh, I come up here to learn everything exactly the same and blah, blah, blah.
Because, you got to come to the birthplace.
It's not the same. In Wisconsin is probably, like, obviously the best,
Yeah, because then you get the fresh cheese, you get everything. You can't, like...
Well, and we know about cheese, and other locations are not anything like Wisconsin cheese. I mean...
Don't ask Angela about...
Don't get me started, you guys. I had the worst cheese in...
Angela, did you have a great time in New York? Yeah, but the cheese not good.
No, it was awful. Like what else was there? It was the cheese and something else, I thought. But like it just like the food everywhere is phenomenal in New York. Mm-hmm. However, go for like a chicken sandwich or something. Don't go for a cheeseburger if you're from Wisconsin, because the meat and the cheese tastes funny. It doesn't taste like Wisconsin cheese.
Or apparently Wisconsin cows.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Sorry, Callie. You do not have the world's happiest cows.
Oh, exactly. Wisconsin has the happiest cows. Yep. Duh. It's so much better.
Yeah.
So much better.
Yeah, no, I'm not going, I will never go to New York and order a cheeseburger thanks to you.
Well, good.
Angela, did you have a nice time? Oh, but we should also preface, like, why would that be the first thing she said? Angela's, the entire top of her refrigerator rack is different cheeses.
There was maybe one time that you texted me while I was at work, and you said, Guess how many different types of cheeses?
Oh, when we lived together, I was like, 1, 2, 3, different forms, different brands, different types. I was like, 11 of them, I think was what it was. And then
I yelled at you, don't count my cheese.
Yeah. What are you doing? Well, you don't need to count my cheese.
Yeah, get off my shelf, girl. Don't worry about what I have.
I don't think you have a thing of eggs and 11 different types of cheese.
That was when I was very constipated.
Her love for cheese is so when she comes home from New York and is mad.
I did cut back, Meg. I cut back on cheese.
So she did tell me this, and I was like, okay, that's the saddest thing I've ever heard for you. I also don't believe you. And then I came to look to put something, or came to record, and just happened to open her freezer, and I was like, you have a lot of frozen cheese in here.
That was because I ended up cutting back on cheese for Lent, even though I'm not Catholic.
Oh my God.
I had to give it up.
You didn't have to give up anything. How long did you last?
3 days. And then I was getting kind of mean, and like my friend reached out to me and was like, hey, I haven't talked to you in like a week and a half. Like, how are you doing? Because she had given up some stuff too, like our guilty pleasures, you know. And
jeez, it's your guilty pleasure.
Meg, I'm from fucking Wisconsin. Don't sit here and cross your arms like you feel bad. You feel weird or uncomfortable.
It's so hard. We gave up guilty pleasures.
It is. Cheese is a big deal, Meg. Okay?
Okay.
And so
okay.
I put it in the freezer because I was like, it's either going to be good or it's going to be bad. We're going to... see. There I go talking with my hands.
She'll suck the mic off the studio table.
Studio table. So anyways, I put it in the freezer, the cheese, because I was hoping like, hey... We'll see how it goes after Lent, and I can maybe take pieces out at a time.
During Lent?
After Lent, I think it was only like 2 or 3 bags that were like...
They were ginormous bags.
They were.
They're the big Waiawega ones.
Oh, my Waiawega!
Yes. They were big.
I freaking love Waiawega. But, Meg, it just doesn't matter, okay? I don't really want to talk about it anymore.
Okay, done with the cheese. So just know it's a huge staple here in Wisconsin. How long have we been recording?
Oh, like a few weeks, you mean?
No.
Or like today?
Today.
20 minutes?
It's consistently everything is cheese. New York, cheese. Bad.
Tell us about your cheese habits.
Oh, gosh. So, guilty pleasures, cheese. Okay.
Next we have KT.
Oh!
Duh. The holy grail of gas stations.
It's the truth. One of our friends was asking, like, what this week's episode was going to be, and I was like, oh, we're going to do Welcome to Wisconsin. The first thing he said was, don't talk shit about KT either, because I loved it. And I go,
why would anyone talk shit about KT?
I go,
unless they're not a Wisconsinite.
Yeah.
Duh.
Because then there's Quick Stars. And no, not the same.
Posers.
Yep. But I was like, actually, it's underneath Angela's her outline under restaurants, which is hilarious because Quick Trip is a gas station, but it is bigger than my house.
That's also fast food on the go.
Yeah. And it is... I love their freaking chicken tenders. They're fried chicken.
They have the best pizza to go to, though, like where you cook it at home. Oh, they have thin crust and pan crust. And sometimes when I just want to be fat and just like give up on
fat and sassy,
I'm like, I'm going with the pan crust and go get my 12-pack of claws.
Well, in the beer cave.
Oh,
it's
my God.
Again, that is like...
It's like the size of this bedroom.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It's actually bigger. It's probably the size of both of these bedrooms, and I'm in a 2-bedroom apartment.
Yeah, it's bigger than exactly what I was just gonna say, and it's
definitely.
Fantastic.
And then like they have like a big thing of drinks, like beer in boxes ready to buy, not like just like there to like, hey, I'm just gonna hang out in the beer cave. That'd be pretty neat though, especially in the
samples because they always have the sample lady.
That is such a good idea.
Well, remember we went to Woodman's, which is also a Wisconsin.
Oh yeah,
a Wisconsin thing. Yeah, started in Wisconsin.
Such a good employee-owned. Yep.
Yeah, and Angela and I were there stocking up one day before going to her mom and dad's pool.
No, this was the white trash Christmas.
Oh, yeah. I had to get the champagne bottles of High Life. in addition to it being the champagne of beers, this is how great Miller is they came out with entire champagne bottles filled with the beer. It was
good.
Yeah. White Trash Christmas, fantastic.
It was so fun.
But I look waiting in line or about to, and I can't find Angela. And it
was, 10 a.m. in the morning?
Yeah, because we had shit to do. And we had to stop there. And I see her.
There's samples.
There's a little old lady giving samples out of this, like,
no, the
wine.
little old lady was in front of me getting the samples, too. You have that picture.
You're right.
And I'm just, like, waiting behind her all patiently, like, quietly. And you're like, she just couldn't wait. And there's, like, this lady's, like, it was like a wine type shot.
It was like a wine
I
seltzer.
Yeah,
and it was actually delicious. I wish I could plug it for you guys because it was actually really good.
I don't remember the name.
I don't either, yeah. But I was like, oh my God, this bitch is getting samples in the liquor. Which their liquor store, their liquor
store section
is not just like an aisle or two, it's a whole room.
They have everything. Absolutely everything.
But here's Angela standing in line at 10 a.m.
Why not try the sample? They were really getting me in.
Costco, but for alcohol. So there you go.
So now that we're on drinking, because not to make the whole podcast about drinking, but as we're known for it,
oh, yeah.
tailgating.
I was like, what more do we have to talk about drinking? Tailgating. And again, for those in other parts of the world.
Tailgating is events, partying before the event. Whether it's a concert,
Well, like, I would say it's, like, typically, so like biggest ones are sports. So like before a sporting event, you're sitting in the parking lot of said sporting event, and you got food, you got games, you got bags, you got
a grill,
testicle toss, you got
yes.
You got a mini grill. Everybody's bringing food. You're throwing on, your meat on the grill. You're all drinking before you go into the
game,
the Packer game,
more.
The Brewers game, the Bucks game, to drink more.
The Badger game.
Yeah, it's just pre-gaming or
event, like a concert. Concert. I even tailgated before a funeral once.
That is the most Wisconsin thing I've ever heard.
It might have been afterwards, too.
So pre and post?
It was post for sure, but pre... it was for my brother's friend. He was kind of country. We were trying to figure out where to go for drinks afterwards. But
before the funeral, you were trying to figure out?
I don't remember. It was definitely...
Did somebody just roll up in their truck and they had a 30-pack and everybody was standing around before going in? And 100%. They were like,
we had one or two beforehand.
Yeah, okay, so you're pre-gaming that. And then afterwards...
It was appropriate. It was appropriate for
absolutely. The time. And then the next piece being... Well, now we got to figure out which bar we're going to after the funeral.
Absolutely.
Which I'm going to say is probably another Midwest thing. I don't feel like people in Miami or like... Tell me if I'm wrong, Miami. Feel free to reach out to us. At, oh my God, have you heard?
Yeah.
At gmail.com.
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yep.
Facebook.
Well, we don't have Facebook yet.
Shameless plug.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. No, we don't. Okay.
We will soon.
We will one day. And... you have to figure out where you're going to drink after the funeral.
How big are the tailgates for Badger games? How crazy?
Oh my gosh, it's the entire capital, downtown Madison, is
filled all streets and like drunken college kids for sure.
Well, and drunken kids who are not in college, aka us.
And under.
Yeah, and grandmas and grandpas. Oh, yeah. Everybody's getting down, getting drunk.
But there's like music. Then the UW band will go through the places.
Yeah.
And it's a whole
camaraderie.
Energy.
Yeah. And like you're all there for your beloved team. If you go to Green Bay for the Packers, it's the exact same thing. On a Sunday, it's...
Same with Brewers, too, though. Like, I mean, it's just in their parking lot, so it's a little confined.
Right.
Compared to Wisconsin, it's down the roads.
You mean the university?
Yes.
The Badgers. Yeah. I was like, we are still in Wisconsin. To clarify, or like if you're in Green Bay in northern Wisconsin, it's like the whole town. Milwaukee, you can't do that as much, but that's probably why they've been...
The Bucks were doing so well that,
the Deer District.
Yeah, that's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing. Tailgating for sure. And so that's like and there are diehards for spring, summer, fall sports.
Oh yeah.
For
all
tailgating.
Of the above.
And so this is all done on the tailgate of a car, truck, or a hatchback open in a car.
Yeah, usually a truck of some
trunk.
sort. A trunk, car, truck.
Yeah, you're in the back partying, but you're outside. And so another great one
leads.
Yeah, that's where I was getting to. Thanks.
Sorry.
We can't probably... Okay, I'm going to stop looking at your outline because I never have an outline. I have like 2 things on my phone.
Well, there was 1,000 things to say.
Well, so I was going to go into the fact that one of these, or all of these things are done outside. Another favorite thing in both spring, summer, and fall. Oh, and even winter.
Even winter, Meg.
Bonfires.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, where's she going? F what? F something.
Movie. One word.
Sounds like. Yeah. So again, a big pile of wood.
Yeah.
In an area.
Yeah.
Lit on fire, and then you stand around and drink.
Remember, like back in the day,
one of our favorite pastimes.
It really is, though. Like, I love all year-round fires, whether as long as it's not like over 80 degrees. Like, otherwise it's too hot for a fire.
Then you just stand back.
Right, but even something
like, it's not fun.
I'll always go to my brothers and be like, "Can we have a fire?" They're like, "It's too hot." I'm like, "Ugh." But
growing up, Angela would say, because remember, we have extremely hot summers.
Yo, it was just like 90 degrees a week ago.
Yeah, with a dew point of like 75. That means it's humid.
Mm-hmm.
Tropical. And Angela
100%.
be like, it's too hot to even eat when
oh
we
my
were
God,
growing
I was so
up.
skinny. I wish I was still like that. I wish I was.
So don't tell... Yes, it gets hot.
Yeah, it gets really hot. And it was too hot to swim, too.
With the oh, God. It's just because she was a whiny...
I was selfish, or I was spoiled. But
hot,
also with
summer bonfires,
and we used to party bonfires in cornfields and
yes, the cornfield.
Not cornfields. It was like after it was cut though, because obviously you don't want to start the corn on fire.
Like you would have a pasture, of some sort of fields, and like there was that great meme that was like, you never peed in a cornfield and had a bonfire.
No, it was you. Some of you've never partied in a field and almost died, and it really shows.
See, the one I saw was like, you've never peed in a cornfield at a bonfire, and it shows.
That too.
Those poor farmers probably just hated us. Hey, listen, we weren't old enough to go to the bars, but it's Wisconsin, and clearly we drink.
Well, exactly. Do you remember the winter fire that we had at my brother's house? And
oh yeah, it was like an ice storm the day before.
No, I'm thinking 2 different ones. Because that was the one where you were, hey Meg, go get the Busch Light or the 30 pack.
It came out, do. Everything's covered in ice,
and it was like sleeting, right?
Yeah,
or like freezing rain.
Slip, fall, slide underneath the trunk, all of the 30 pack, and I was like, oh my God, he's gonna kill me.
Just tap on those. These ones are just gonna sit over here for a little bit.
Tap on the tops of those, will ya? Before you open them.
These ones are just gonna sit here for a little bit. Okay, you can have this one. Hold it back. But then the other one, when it was like fall, and we were,
yes,
we were gonna go to sleep in the camper because the kids must have been there or something. And it like got super freaking cold at night, and we were like, we woke up like cuddling each other because the body heat.
We're gonna die.
At the time, you were good about like having us have like safety kits of blankets, boots, gloves, scarves in the car, just because Wisconsin gets freaking cold and you can get stranded. And if you're
slide off the road,
right,
then you're
stranded.
Yeah.
Like you could be, whether it's an accident or twice now, the people have had to sleep on the interstate because
that's right, yeah,
and they didn't have food or whatever. What happened? Like because of an accident or something, and people couldn't get through?
No, because they just couldn't go. There was an impasse. Like it was just rain or snowing so hard.
Sure,
that it was like
you can't even go. And so there was like 2 days of people just like no food, no water, no freezing cold. Hopefully they had enough gas to stay warm. But
like, I would need a drink for this.
Yeah, I'd be like, anyone got something to drink
in your car?
Yeah. There's the Speedway up above. No, just joking. So yeah, that's funny. That was fun.
That's Angela's always like go-to at the end of something.
So yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. That was fun.
That's my next.
Moving on. You're fucking ridiculous.
I know. We have famous people.
Oh gosh, see, okay, so now she was done with that story.
Oh, do we have more?
We almost froze to death in the camper. Oh. No, that's fine. We were done with that. But then, did you hear her go, famous people, because she's got a fucking outline. We got to hit everything.
We went out of order, so I just...
So now she's all screwed up. You got to find a good segue and go with it.
I'm trying, okay? I'm a little type A.
Well, I am very type A. I'm just saying.
Not. You never even studied for tests. You'd be like, I'd be studying all week and all lunch hour and then take the test and still fail. And you would take it and just like, that was easy. And then we get our grades back and it's like, oh, you got an A. And I was like, F. I'm like, what the F? How did I study so much? You're like, you overstudy. I'm like, no, I don't get it.
Okay, what's next? Now that we've clearly hit an impasse here.
Oh, well, we didn't finish that story. Sorry, guys. You went out.
Almost said we almost froze to death.
We almost froze to death. You went out and got a blanket from my car because of the safety kit that we went on a whole side note.
Welcome to our podcast.
Welcome to the way Angela tells stories. And so she got a blanket. We ended up...
It was not big enough for both of us.
No, so we probably tried to use it for like 30 minutes and then decided to drive home. Good story, huh?
Yeah, but we did stop at McDonald's.
Oh, yeah.
We both said...
And that lady that always had the jokes.
Oh, up here, yeah.
She's great. She really is. But...
Yeah, she was. Oh, I don't know. I said it when she's not still alive. I don't know
either.
Okay, so, one of the other things that we're talking about, Wisconsin is famous for.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure people don't know. Like, we have this famous pizza. I don't know that Rocky's is really famous, but it's just it's very beloved.
And he's kind of famous, like, around here, though. Like, his uniform, he has, like, the old Italian, white, like, gangster type vibe look to him. And it's just super cute. And
the whole thing, my point was, if you were looking at your outline, was more so that things that we are famous for. And that is, we have quite a few famous people from here. And it's funny because my dad was... we were talking the other day. My stepdad and I were talking, and he brought up Les Paul for some reason. And I was like, you know what? Angela and I were just talking about this because we were talking about famous people from Wisconsin for our podcast that we're going to be recording. And he was like, because you were saying how he was from, I almost said Waukesha. And if you know, you know. And I was like, see, Angela was saying that. And for some reason, I thought he was up north. So did he say he's
from Waukesha, too?
Yeah, and he goes, and after he, like years ago, that they had these like 16-foot guitars in downtown Waukesha as like Guitar Alley as a...
Excuse me, sorry.
Oh my gosh, that's not really... My mouth dropped open. Like, we are doing a podcast. Your sneezing and allergies need to just hold on.
Like, if that's the case, get that shit under control.
If not, I need a porta potty in here in the studio. We need a Buc-ee's.
Should we? Don't they make like tiny portable kid ones? Just don't overflow it.
Well, no, we could get one of those buckets.
It's just a 5-gallon bucket. Oh God, a bucket.
It's a camping thing, and it has a toilet seat on it.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I could not find that one.
You were like, should we invent this? I'm like, no, it already exists.
No, I gotta say, though, because people are gonna be like, what is she talking about? I had my floor redone in my bathroom like a couple weeks ago, and I had to go to the neighbors, which was vacant.
Yeah, please. You weren't just like knocking on the neighbor's door like...
No, my landlord and I are friends. And he gave me a key to the empty...
Vacant
apartment. But eventually it wasn't like across the hall or like right next door. So I had to like go down the hall and to the side. And it just kind of became like a hassle by the end of the night when I was drinking because we were doing a podcast. And so I messaged Meg later and I was like, where do you think I put that shiwi? Like our friend bought a shiwi.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's got to be in storage or something. But like, I was so disappointed that I didn't.
Sorry,
have
Andy. Because
I have it somewhere, but I just don't. I couldn't.
Do you maybe have mine too? They were never used.
No, they were never used. But it was funny because we were campers. We were campers.
And I was like, I don't remember where I was going, and I was like, I could really use that shiwi.
Yeah.
Don't know where she went. Sorry,
well,
Andy.
It'd be good for festivals this summer. I'll tell you that.
Okay, yeah.
Anyways,
famous people.
Sorry, guys. Les Paul.
Next one. Imagine that. Welcome to our podcast.
Two girls way out. Okay. Georgia O'Keeffe.
Oh, you should. Okay, go. Yes.
She's the
flowers that look like vaginas.
I thought she was the artist that had the melty clock and the tree thing. And
no.
Yeah, you're like, no, flowers with vaginas.
Yeah, they were flowers.
And what's so weird is that
You're thinking of Salvador Dali.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay. But what's weird to me is that I almost said it again.
Do you know how many people are going to look up vagina flowers?
That's what I did, to be very honest. Oh my God. Meg, I just have to get this out. I keep wanting to say sex in the classroom. It was not sex in the classroom. It was art in the classroom. But I don't, because you keep saying.
Where did you go to school?
2nd grade, art in the classroom. And we learned about Georgia O'Keeffe, that she was from Wisconsin, and I just didn't remember anything about the flowers. Obviously, they're not going to tell us that, yes, that looks like a vulva.
You said that like it was a secret, like a vulva.
Guys are going to not have any clue what a vulva is, but that's okay. Yeah. Girls are going to laugh. Okay, who else do we have? We have, our very own friend, Chris Farley.
Yes. Duh. He was not either of our friends.
Not in real life, but it was like he was like in our backyard.
SNL, we were saying Tommy Boy, Black Sheep. What was that stupid bad ninja movie?
Black Ninja.
Was that really what it was?
No,
called?
Beverly Hills Ninja.
It
was like a bee. I knew it was a bee. Black Sheep, Black Ninja.
Yeah, Chris Farley is. That's one we're really proud of.
He's so funny.
The one we're not so proud of. Ed Gein and and
Jeffrey
Dahmer.
Well, and so I had looked up. Okay, I have the story about Jeffrey Dahmer, and my uncle had. There's a story with him at one point that he had sold Kirby vacuums at one point in time, and I could be a little bit off on the story, but I know that he had interaction, I want to say, with Jeffrey Dahmer, and because my uncles and my stepdad had joked and laughed, like, that could have been you. And
because a Kirby salesman went door to door.
Well, my uncle...
No, I'm saying...
That's not how he got caught.
No, I'm saying... But people will not know why a guy who sells vacuums...
Gotcha.
Might have run into Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah,
because
gotcha.
Kirby salesman...
So he goes door-to-door salesman selling vacuum cleaners. And as he pulls up, he's like, there's a lot of...
and I'm going to call bullshit on what you're going to say real quick here. No, keep going.
You don't know what I'm saying.
I'm going to say that I know.
It was not a Kirby vacuum guy. But anyways, he walks... My step-uncle walks up and he noticed all these cameras. And he's like, well, that's weird. And then, he goes to Jeffrey Dahmer's house and was like, this is weird. He has cameras, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I guess he wasn't interested in getting the
sale.
The sale.
He didn't get the sale.
And so then, basically, that was that. He walks away. And then, a week later, or however long later, he gets caught. And he's like, oh, my God, I was at that guy's house. I could have been killed.
Oh, that's terrifying.
But he always liked boys, I guess not too young but not too old. He always lured him in by saying pictures.
Well, because he would meet them in
parking lots.
No, and and in gay bars. Doesn't mean they were old enough to drink, but I mean, didn't mean that. younger boys.
I also read something that was like he also did.
Like I'm saying, like 14-year-old boys, not like 3-year-old boys.
Correct for young ones. Yes, agreed. Like they're just not legally of age. But it was also like taking pictures for like modeling or like certain things like that.
Oh yeah. And come on. I'm a big
photographer.
Big deal.
I'm a big deal around here.
Come into my 1-room apartment.
Yeah. You're laughing. It's so creepy.
No, it's just because it's ridiculous.
Well, and then it was how he got caught was what I read was the girl, one of his victims. There was a girl that ran down the street with handcuffs or something still on her hands.
But a girl?
Yeah, it was a girl.
Interesting.
But, right, because he was always into boys. And now I'm like thinking back, I'm like, that is weird. But that's because I was like, how did he ended up getting caught? Because same with Ed Gein now, he liked to wear people's skin. Creepy.
Not a ton of people, just his mom.
And
he only actually ever killed 2 people, and it was in a like corner store in.
Yes.
Where is he from? Plain,
Wisconsin. Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Either way.
Gross.
If you don't know anything about either of them, there are thousands of podcasts about both of them.
Yeah.
They just happen to be from Wisconsin, and both died in Wisconsin. Ed Gein of natural causes, and Jeffrey Dahmer, I think, was killed with a broom handle or a mop handle by his cellies. So,
I was gonna say, yeah, he died in prison for sure.
Yeah. All right. So, what else? Who else do we have? Famous people. Oh, Screech.
Oh,
Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Dustin
Screech Diamond. Oh gosh, if you've never seen Saved by the Bell, we will be also, I think, having a what did you call it? Memorabilia episode? Nostalgia. It was, so we'll go into the whole cast and crew of that.
Yeah. But yes, Dustin Screech Diamond. He was kind of didn't he stab somebody?
Yeah, I think he did it like a smidge of time, and like we're talking smidge in Fort Washington.
And then unfortunately he passed away, right?
Yeah, did he have cancer?
Or a heart attack?
He was very famous. But not
for Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, but not. We don't even know how he died. So
no, and I think he just moved here eventually down the road. But also, what about Let's also go into Al Capone, John Dillinger.
Donnie boy.
John Dillinger. Oh, my dyslexia! I knew I was off today. That's why I'm not talking as much. I'm like I just can't think. Al Capone and John Dillinger had hideouts here and in Madison, and I know Fond du Lac, kind of all over that kind of went Chicago area, all over.
Yeah.
I think Al Capone had more in Wisconsin.
Is that same bar?
The Wonder Bar. And so I wonder if it did get moved. I think it was to keep it intact. They had a petition, but it might have gotten moved because the bar next door is gone. Or it's shut down.
Yeah.
So I think the petition was to keep the building intact, but move it maybe.
Okay. But so that bar we don't think is any longer. Where like his hideout was above.
Yeah.
Or below.
There was
below.
Right, and there was like a little cutout of him with a machine gun on top.
It was was it at a neon side?
Well, no, it was just a shadow cutout. They might have neoned it at some point, but I think the neon was next to it.
Okay.
Of like Wonder Bar. And then John Dillinger had a hideout up in Fond du Lac. There was a bar called Dillinger's. And the reason why was because there was a tunnel that went to the outside of town. So when he was there, he could run out and then get in a car, a getaway car to go to Chicago. And just how
they had a lot of time back there. A lot of time back then.
Well, everything was more spacious too, and less people.
True.
But then it also brings
me
back to Madison with like the Green Bush, where everyone could have the Green Bush is where the Italians could have their businesses. Regent Street, Park Street area.
Yeah.
And my family had a spaghetti house, DeSalvo spaghetti house back in the day, and now we have a sauce, so I guess go buy it if you like it.
Another shameless plug.
Yeah, right.
There's zero shame in our plugging game.
But there was a funny story. Like, my dad's going to kill me, but, like, my dad doesn't tell me anything because my nickname growing up was always Mouth of the South. And and I'll tell you when you're older. I'll tell you when you're older. Oh my God, don't kill me, Dad. But my cousin told me.
Blame it on him.
Blame it on him that there may or may not have been like connections to Mr. Capone and have Christmas cards, Love L at the bottom of it. Not even mine.
I love
At least that's what I was
Love
told.
L.
But, this was my great-grandpa, but yeah, so it's kind of funny too. But also with the Green Bush, La Tigre was there, and they were not Italians, but
they no longer are there, but they've been at their place for close to 50 years.
Oh, okay, yeah. Or open for 50, right?
No, I feel like they've been at their spot, and it's been called what it's called, and has an interesting spot now of things around it. But just that they've been open in that spot.
Sure.
I mean, for close to 50.
Well, I used to love to talk to the dad because he always had, all the history.
Gosh, were you born in a barn?
Yes. Blame my parents. So, I used to go to that bar to get all the information and history of, like, the Green Bush. And the owner would be like, all the Italians hated me because I'd take all their money in poker and blah, blah, blah. It was the funniest thing. And then he also told me that Park Street and Regent Street was called Machine Gun Corners. Like, can you imagine? Like,
because it was where immigrants could come to have businesses.
Correct.
And then,
but I just think, well, and then the funny thing is, too, he goes, and all those damn Italians, they burnt down each other's restaurants. I go, did they? And he goes, yep. Because they wanted the best spaghetti house on the street. And I, like, my eyes kind of got big, and I was like, my grandpa's restaurant got burnt down, too. But my uncle says it was a kitchen fire. I'm like, uh-huh. Yeah, so, but coincidental, but, you know.
Yeah.
Interesting. Milwaukee.
Well, just, like, cool places, you know. So, okay, the home of the Bucks. Milwaukee Bucks.
Just funny names. Shawano Ashwaubenon.
Oh, okay. I did not. Okay. I read the outline wrong.
No, I was just not going there. I was going off my other outline.
Oh, well, let's just stick to one. It's so...
She's getting mad at me.
No, I'm not.
Okay, let's just stick to one.
So, but dialect, I think, is something that's a big... Okay, see that segue? See how I did that?
Gotcha.
Dialect is a big one. So... The names of Wisconsin cities are very much like Native American. And okay, so Milwaukee.
But it's really pronounced Milwaukee.
How do we know?
Well, yeah, we don't know, but Alice Cooper did say, actually, guys, it's pronounced Milwaukee.
So we have Ashwaubenon.
Kenosha. Shawano, Wayuega, and Oconomowoc.
So stupid.
Oh my God. Okay.
There's a lot.
There's also the whole, like, with dialect, we say, oh shoot.
Oh, that was a total accident. She went to go reach something and said, oh, shoot. Like, don't you know?
I got my papers here.
I cannot believe you just said that. Oh, shoot. Oh, gosh. Don't you know? Jeez.
Jeez is one. So, oh, gosh.
I always liked, so another good one is Ope. Okay, just Ope.
Oh, yeah.
Ope is like
a... Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You just said.
Oh, yeah.
But
yeah, no. Did you want to go have a drink after this or no?
Or no.
Or, yeah, no. Yeah.
Or like, yes is no, no is yes. Like.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
no. No. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, this is so stupid.
But it's so
that
true.
was exactly what we were. Yeah, that was.
It's 100% true, though, unfortunately.
My favorite is, a scooch right past you. And I do this at the grocery store all the time.
Well, who doesn't do that? If you gotta scooch past somebody, you gotta scooch past somebody.
Like, I'll be like, it's gonna scooch right past you.
I'm always like, God, I'm just gonna sneak past you.
Yeah, you do the sneak, I do the scooch.
Well, and then I was in New York one of those times, and I lightly touch somebody's shoulder and say, excuse me.
I will make myself as small as possible as to scooch past somebody. I won't touch them. I'll just be like, just give them an open and just scooch right past you.
I totally like lightly
I'd be like, don't
them.
touch me.
Yeah, that's what they usually do. And I'm like,
so stop touching people. I get that all the time.
No, I don't really. But I just say, I'm just going to sneak past you here. And they're like, you're not from around here. And I'm like,
Well, in New York,
how can you tell? They're like, nobody excuses themselves. Yeah. They just walk through people, and I'm okay.
I won't touch you. I'll just be like, oh.
There was also what was it?
Oh shoot, again,
I don't know. The stop and go lights. Here we go. I'm right on it. Not so much. I don't think it's such a big deal that we talk like this. People think it's, oh my God, they talk so funny. I don't think we really talk that funny. But yeah, you know.
Yeah, you know.
But yeah. Bag, and real quick. Everything's real quick. Like, didn't I say that to you even? Like, we'll just go over it real quick and then blah, 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 blah.
Real quick. It's like a reassurance thing. Like, we're just going to go for one real quick.
It's just going to be real quick.
We're going to go for one drink real quick.
And then...
You want to just stop by real quick?
We're just going to give you one shot in the arm real quick. Don't worry about it. We're just going to go for one drink. Everything is real quick, so don't worry. We might... Mike just spit on her beer.
So don't worry.
North. Everything north of you is north.
Oh, yeah.
We're,
You're in Fond du Lac. Well, yeah, exactly.
South Central Wisconsin. So obviously north is north. But, like, there's people that are, like, north of us. And
we're going
north
to the Wisconsin Dells. We're going up north.
Yeah, for sure. And another one's the countryer sides of people say north, like up north. But even when I said up north, I totally did the, you just didn't hear it. But, and the time machine. News to me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Really, though?
We don't even know what we're doing.
No, you're right, though. Okay, so the time was TYME, right?
Yes, correct.
The time machine.
Yeah.
The automatic time machine.
Yeah, I had no
idea that the ATM and the automatic time machine were the exact same thing. And if you say...
Automatic time machine is ATM, like the acronym of. And I'm like, wait a minute.
But time is TYME because that was the brand.
Correct.
So when you say...
ATM.
When you say the time machine, you're actually saying
automatic time machine. Mind blown, you guys. It was like a light bulb went off and we didn't even we didn't go over this before, but we kind of did. Unfortunately, our first round was bad audio.
But this one is just so great. So
we're gonna see. We're gonna see. The other thing is also interesting. Like when you want to just kind of like,
I just think that's something you say.
No, but that was even on a blog.
You say it a lot. I'll be like, Angela, we should. Did you know that we blah blah blah? And she'll go, like you're Dr. Evil. Interesting.
It's probably like I'm judging without being judging. Yeah. Interesting.
Dot.
Dot. Oh my God, that's so funny. Should we talk about up north and vacation spots?
Well, yeah. So so we have the Dells, which it's funny because we know people who are like from northern Minnesota. I said Minnesota. And
who?
I can't tell you over right now.
That's fine. Gotcha.
I just mouthed it, and if
I
you can hear,
even know.
Duh.
It sounded like she said Rupert and Rosie.
No.
So if your name's Rupert and Rosie, there's your shout out.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
I didn't think
she
so.
apparently isn't good at reading lips
I usually
either.
am, but you got kind of bad at it.
Oh, okay.
It's been a while.
So they would tell me that they now live here and would say, oh my gosh, we used to come down every...
Rosie.
I was like, shut up.
I'm just sorry. Meg's dying. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
They'd be like, oh my gosh, yeah, every summer we would drive down and go to the Dells. And I'm like, that's 7 hours. Yeah. You'd come to the Dells? Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The water capital
of the world.
Yes.
Our worlds are
the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a 45-minute drive for us, and it's sad that I'm like, well, it's like one of those things. Like when you have a trampoline, you never want to go in it.
Or
when
you have a pool. You don't ever want to go
to the Dells. But if you've listened to any of our previous episodes, you already hear about the awesome, quote unquote, awesome new strip club water park that's coming to the Dells.
It's 18 and up. Silk exotic.
Yeah.
We also have.
Oh my God,
TC.
You cannot blame that on the cat.
He does.
Did you really forget where you are?
No, it just popped out, man. It happens sometimes. This is Cheeseburgers.
Just so you guys know, this is not a classy podcast. If you haven't
I did not mean to do that. That just sometimes I was just talking and that happens sometimes. I didn't even eat anything. I had a half of a goose. I feel like a goose stick today.
I feel like you maybe pushed it out a little. You just forgot where you were.
I didn't think it was gonna be that loud.
Okay. As you're 2 inches from the mic. All right. What else?
Lake Geneva, Playboy Mansion.
Oh yeah.
We were known for Playboy Mansion, the original.
A.
Oh,
I don't. Oh my gosh, that was one of the dialect.
Yeah.
Oh, don't you know A?
Yeah.
A?
Oh my God, can we just backstep on the whole dialect? Gosh. Because I went to Mexico with my brother and his wife and some friends, and we had no idea, but there was people at the pool that were totally playing a drinking game based on our dialect.
Stop.
Every time we said "ope" or no, it was like, I think it was like every time we said "ope" or like something stupid like that here, or it was the "and no" or "no." And then we saw them at dinner, and they were like, "Just so you know, we totally."
I'm gonna fall off my chair because we're so drunk from all the "opes." Yeah, don't you know? Hey.
Yeah, no, you're just getting a drink out of the mini fridge.
Oh yeah. We'll put that right next to the porta potty.
No porta johns. No
Buc-ee's.
Okay. No Buc-ee's here, but
yeah.
Anyways, so good. The Playboy Mansion, Door County. People go up to Door County, Sturgeon Bay for. Don't roll your eyes. Like,
no, I was gonna say I've never been.
Me neither. But my mom and my stepdad bought a house up there, and my stepdad is remodeling it, and I've never been there, and they bought it in 2016.
Yeah, so there you go.
Hopefully soon I'll be able to get up there.
It's just all those bonfires and tailgates and all that shit we keep going to. Yeah.
And then last but not least, festivals.
Oh, yeah. So I think, the biggest music festival, is it in the world?
I think so.
I think so, too.
Sorry. Well, should we go backwards?
No.
Okay.
I think because, it's an 11-day music event.
Yes.
Why can I see the logo and I haven't said it?
Summerfest?
Yeah. I did not say Summerfest.
Were you trying?
Well, I burped and then, I was going to.
I'm sorry. I was looking at your levels.
Oh.
Yes,
so Summerfest is an 11-day.
In Milwaukee. And
the world's largest
band concerts.
Music festival.
But they have tons and tons and tons of concerts.
Both paid and free. Anything that you want fried on a stick, they have. And it's like a fair on fucking steroids. Yeah.
Well, we saw so many bands back in the day. Didn't we go to Tom Petty? That was a paid one. And
I've never gone. I never saw him.
Oh,
there.
I saw him twice, and then
I never saw him there.
We saw Peter Frampton.
Yep.
And then we saw Kaleo, Third Eye Blind,
OAR.
No, that was in Chicago.
No, we saw them.
You saw them maybe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen them a couple times there.
But it's all free. It's all free. It's just crazy. You got to check it out. We also have going forward. We just had Mifflin Street.
Oh yeah, that's just a ridiculous excuse for college kids to get drunk.
Mifflin Street block party.
Destroy stuff.
There was a whole 80 amount of kids on a broken deck.
Well, they were on the deck and then it broke.
Yeah.
Nobody was seriously hurt. So.
And then Freak Fest and
that's actually pretty impressive because
used to be so much bigger than it even is now.
Yeah, and now because again, people break shit and do stupid stuff. And
this is why we can't have music festivals.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Yes.
But the Freak Fest was our Halloween, and we have a street called State Street. You can't drive down it. It's down in, like the college part of downtown.
A lot of fun shops, but all bars.
Yeah. And, again. I think it made it into Playboy's one of the best, parties, festivals of the year.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't read Playboy Mag.
Just joking. Wait, you don't? You don't read it for its articles? Interesting.
All those guys don't either.
Yeah.
They do
too.
I mean,
your joke got ruined there.
Well, you know me. I always tell the
wrong part of the joke.
Yeah, always. I'm a bad joke teller.
But yeah, Freak Fest.
But it was just
not fun anymore.
It used to just be kind of big people drinking.
Okay, so we've already established that that's what we do here.
Yes.
It just happens to be around Halloween.
And then we have beer tent season coming up. I mean, it started last week in Stoughton.
Where did it? Oh, yes,
Stoughton's the first one, and then probably Frolic, and then Verona. I feel like it goes jumps over and then it comes around.
Yeah, I think so. Essentially, for those of you again listening and other places,
it's a carnival.
It's a carnival, and it moves from each town, and it has fair rides, carnival rides, and then it has a big, huge tent, an event tent.
Absolutely.
And we just cram a bunch of people in it with really subpar live bands, usually cover bands, and then everybody drinks.
Yep, and the bands are great, and then they usually sell brats and burgers and lots of beer.
Imagine the brats and burgers.
Yep, and
lots of beer.
There was one time I had just gotten out of beauty school. And
I was were you in jail? You were I just gotten out of, and I was where's she going with this?
I'm sorry, today I'm a little slow. So I had just gotten out of, that's because of my allergy head. So I had just gotten out of beauty school and hadn't seen my friend from there in a long time. And I just found out I like relish and mustard. So
I wasn't there, but I do remember this story.
And so I'm talking to her, and I'm just putting on the ketchup, just my head's turned, and then I put on the mustard, my head's turned, and I wrap it back up and walk away. And then later I'm just eating it after how many drinks and it's the end of the night at this point.
Yeah.
And so I eat it. We go to the bar. I get to the bar and I was like, I'm too drunk. I can't be here. And my brother's friend gave me a piggyback ride about 7 blocks to his girlfriend's house to sleep on the couch. She messages me in the morning and says, we're going to go have breakfast. Do you want to come? I look down at my clothes. There is mustard all over my white cargo capris and my little fancy shirt. And oh my God, I was like, oh my God. Well, and at the time I was dating somebody that always did dry cleaning. So I took it there, and usually they're like, where's the spot? Whatever. I literally just threw it at the guy and was like, it's self-explanatory. And walked out days later. I was or a week later, I'm like,
I'd be embarrassed.
I was.
I would have just thrown them away.
But Meg, you and I are different. And so we're very different like that. So
these are covered in mustard and they're white. They're going in the garbage.
No, he got it out. He goes, that was a tough one. And I was like, yeah, how much do I owe you? It was $11. I'm like, man, and that was pretty impressive though.
Well, yeah, the Angela absolutely enjoys the food at beer tents. One year she ate 87 brats. Every time I turned around,
it was maybe 3.
I was
and they were probably hamburgers.
I just kept turning around.
The hamburgers are kind of small. They're like sliders.
No, they're not. That's a fucking lie.
They're between a slider and a normal size hamburger. It's not. It's probably 4 bites, 5 bites. 6? Meg, they're not... Okay, they're not quite White Castle sliders, but
no, they're certainly not.
They're 2 White Castle sliders. Yeah.
Either way, I kept looking, and every single time I would see her, she'd have a new one. I'm like, where are you getting these?
Everyone kept talking and taking too long, so I just went back in line. I was like, I'm so hungry.
3 times.
Being a hairstylist, that's my problem, is we eat too fast, and so we don't know when we're full, so...
All right, last
one, but not least, next weekend, Memorial Day weekend, Bratfest, the biggest Bratfest of the world.
Yes.
Unless Germany, Wiener Schnitzel?
Well, I
don't know.
Yet to hear that they have an entire fest
of wieners. I mean,
well, yeah.
I mean, seriously though. Okay, so Bratfest is quite a amazing thing and has come so far. It was once at a grocery store of the grocery store that puts this on and funds it all. And
it was in their parking lot.
And it used to be
on a bunch of little grills and
I mean, like
picnic tables.
Probably like 7 picnic tables and like a few grills. And we just, let's go to Bratfest and eat a brat. And you're sitting in the parking lot. Nothing big. You're kind of tailgating.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then one of my friends had gotten into it as well and helped include music into it. And basically now it's a huge venue with 3 or 4 stages.
At least.
Yeah, I want to say it's 3 or 4. And then it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Of Memorial Day weekend. And on Fridays, they have Take Your Brat to Work Day.
Oh my God, I know. I'm so excited.
All the proceeds go to...
all different types of charities. There's like, I think 200 different charities, to be honest.
And last year, I know we keep breaking records every year of the amount of brats sold, but we're talking like hundreds of thousands of brats.
Like hundreds of thousands. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. So, and then there's just...
And again,
bands.
these are delicious brats. These are not...
You can get the cheddar wurst. They even have veggie brats. They have all different types of brats. Mm-hmm. They have beer, obviously, and then loads and loads of music all day, all weekend long.
So Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And
even Monday?
No, Monday. They stopped Monday. I think they used to do Mondays, but they do like 11 a.m. till 10.
Yeah.
So put that every 40 minutes, a new band on 3 different stages.
At least. I feel like there
might be a 4th stage, but I'm pretty sure it's 3 stages.
Okay. But yeah, it's all outside, so if it's hot, it's hot, and there's no shade unless you're underneath to get some beer, but or a brat.
That is that. You guys should go.
Oh yeah, no, but it's outside. It's my point being is like it's outside. It's one of those another outside activity that we can do here in the summer, spring, whatever, and it's just a good time.
It's the kickoff to summer.
Yeah.
To the beer tents, to then Summerfest, to more outdoor music events that are in between. And then
all those tailgates.
And then tailgates come, and then Freak Fest, and then more music somewhere or another. So
yeah, we're really lucky about all of the great things that you can experience in Wisconsin, and we love Wisconsin. So much. And so we just wanted to highlight it. Now, we did not follow the outline, which made Angela a little nervous, and then we kept jumping back and forth. There were some stutters that we will both take responsibility for. But really, we hope you guys enjoyed it, and for the people that really, really who live here, who visit here, who grew up here, who moved away, came back, like Wisconsin is amazing.
And if you haven't been here, welcome to Wisconsin.
Woohoo!